When I found out that Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas was the first to get approved for test sailings, I was delighted. I personally just love the Freedom class ships, and I've spent a lot of time on the Freedom and the Independence of the Seas. So let's go over some of the features of the Freedom class ships, including the Freedom of the Seas. So the Freedom of the Seas maiden voyage was in 2006, with the Liberty following the year after and the Independence the year after that. So they all kind of started off the same, and they still have the big promenade area kind of in the middle of the ship that has the shopping. It'll have the Sorrentos, it'll have the Promenade Cafe, and you know, the photo center, and kind of the center of the ship is kind of like where the hub and where lots of activity is, where there's the parades and the fun stuff that goes on kind of in the middle of the ship. So that's still the same, but on the top decks, like on the sun decks, they've added slides, they've added the sky pad on one of them, they've added all kinds of different stuff. So let's go over what kind of things that we can expect on the Freedom of the Seas. So the Freedom of the Seas added the Perfect Storm. They added Giovanni's Italian Table, which they didn't have one, so they have one now. They added laser tag in the Studio B. They added a flow rider, and of course they have the Studio B with the ice skating and shows, so that's a lot of fun. Complimentary dining on the Freedom ship will include, of course, the main dining room, the Windjammer, Sorrento's for pizza, the Cafe Promenade, and El Loco Fresh, which is up on the pool deck. Specialty dining, and that's dining that you will need to pay extra for, is the Izumi's, and that's where the Sabre restaurant was. They of course have the Chops still, and the Johnny Rockets. They'll have a Ben & Jerry's, Playmakers, which I can't wait to see that, and of course I just said the Giovanni's, which would be an upcharge. They also added in the pool area, they added the lime and coconut bar, so that's been refreshed and really nice, and the whole pool area has been redone. They have the Splashaway Bay kind of all cleaned up and is that fun area for the little guys, for the little kids, and in general it's just got really spruced up. That top sun deck is really nice and a lot more fun, you know, with the slides and stuff, which are like way more popular. And the reason I think the Freedom class ships are really good ships to be on is because, you know, they're not too big and they're not too small. They're big enough to have a lot of things, a lot of variety and things to do, but yet they're small enough that you don't feel like lost and overwhelmed when you're walking around. You know, the Oasis class ships and the Quantum class ships are kind of big, and I feel like, you know, like maybe the first day or so you can kind of get a little turned around, where I feel like the Freedom class ships are just right, just the right size. So let's go over some of the changes to the Liberty. So the Liberty also has a Perfect Storm. They have Splashaway Bay for the little kids. They have a flow rider, surf simulator. They have the DreamWorks experience, which is not on everything now. They have the ice skating ring, of course, and they have a rock climbing wall. So complimentary dining is, of course, the main dining room, the Windjammer, the Sorrento's, and the Promenade Cafe. Upcharge specialty dining will include Chops, Giovanni's, they still have a Sabre's, Johnny Rockets, and they have an ice cream parlor, and they still have the Cupcake Factory, which were on a lot of them for a while, and now they're starting to kind of not have as many of those. They still have the normal pool bar area, but their pool area did also get spruced up, and of course they added the Perfect Storm. So again, the slides are very popular. So let's go over the Independence of the Seas. So they got a sky pad, and that is this amazing area that's got trampolines and all things where you flip around, but you've got like safety cords connected to you. So really cool experience in that. They also have the Perfect Storm slides. They've got the laser tag as well. They have an escape room, and they have the flow riders, the rock climbing wall, and of course the ice skating ring. Their complimentary dining will be, of course, the main dining room, the Windjammer, Sorrento's for pizza, and a cafe promenade. Now, for specialty dining, they have the fish and chips. Yum. And they have the Azumi's. They have the Playmakers sports bar as well. They have Chops, Giovanni's, Johnny Rockets, and Sugar Beach. So in the before times, Johnny Rockets used to do free breakfast, but then the rest of the day, the lunch and dinner, they would do an upcharge. And I don't know if that's still going to be the same thing when they get back to sailing. So if someone knows, let me know down below, because that would be great to know. For bars and stuff, they're still pretty much the same stuff that you had seen on the Freedom class ships. They still have their olive and twist. In general, the ships have about either just over 1900 or just under 1900 rooms. So again, when you even double or sometimes more occupancy than that, it's a really nice size, and it's a size that they seem to do really well getting people on and off the ship. It doesn't take quite as long as it can when you are like on the big ships to get on and off. And I think that these are really fun ships and really just nice size, and it will be perfect to enjoy, say, Perfect Day Coco Cay. It'll be a perfect size ship to do that. So enjoy the Freedom class ships. They are fantastic. So for now, live your truth and live well.